It was a slew of pay-per-views. It was a kick-ass N64 video game, and now it is in your house tomorrow on Peacock. It is NXT No Mercy, and we are here to give you our predictions of each match. Who may get called up? Who may debut tonight? From Bakersfield, California. It is West Coast Pop. This is Zach and the final boss, Knock, here for you. Get your comments in. Let us know your predictions and what you think is going to happen at No Mercy tonight. Knock, how are you doing today?
I'm good, man. I'm just going to come back in here. No Mercy is here in California. Bakersfield's not as close to us in LA, but I didn't want to go. We're on storm watch over here in California, though. Storm watch. A storm is coming. We don't know what's going to strike. Let's keep an eye out for that special Jade Cargill.
Oh, man, the internet is abuzz. ESPN, Fox News, and everyone else that got pumped up on SmackDown. Oh, I'm excited for Jade Cargill in WWE. Almost as much. I think I'm more excited for Jade Cargill in WWE than I am Edge in AEW, which we'll talk about later today.
Yeah, I mean, she's going to have so many years to build that star power, and it's endless who the crossovers are going to happen because of her, the movies. There's so much you can do here.
That's right. But we are here to talk about No Mercy. It is the card. No Mercy has been... it had a great go-home show this week on NXT, and NXT is really cooking. If you are missing out on NXT, please check it out. It is a very fun show. It is kind of experimental, and it tests stuff out with people that you can't really do on a main roster show. So it's very fun, entertaining, circus-like wrestling atmosphere. Don't sleep on NXT. It's great.
Not at all, man. Michaels has got that thing running on all cylinders. It's been very enjoyable, and I finally feel like they found their identity.
Yes. Oh, man. Let's get into the card, Knock. Let's get into it because it is tonight on Peacock. Match number 1. I do believe this is going to be on a kickoff. It is Kalani Jordan versus Blair Davenport. Kalani Jordan has been doing some great stuff on NXT. This is a nice boost for her to be on a premium live event in front of a bigger crowd in Bakersfield, California, as WWE wants you to be known. That Bakersfield is the place to be tonight. But Blair Davenport, in my opinion, needs a win here. She has been kind of teased as the next big thing in NXT for the women's division, but hasn't really done anything that big. So I think tonight is the start of her journey.
I think so, too. I've been seeing a lot of Kalani Jordan on NXT Level Up. She's been all over the highlights. Very athletic, very promising, a lot of potential. She's going to have a good showing, and that's, I think, what she needs here. I don't think she really needs to win right here, but like you said, Blair Davenport needs to win, former Bea Priestley. And I'm going to go with, this is the opener, right?
Yes.
I'm going to go with Blair Davenport to get the victory.
All right, Blair Davenport, let us know your picks in the comments below. Mr. All Power, we missed you too. Glad to be back, and you know the deal. Hit likes, hit subscribe, all those great things. Be part of this awesome community because we love doing this. Let's get into the next match here. He has been shown on SmackDown 2 weeks in a row. Last night he got into a tiff with Austin Theory after having a great match. Honestly, if you get to watch anything this week, watch Dragon Lee versus Dom on Raw. It was fantastic, but he's going to be the special referee, the enforcer for Dirty Dom and Trick Williams. Knock, your thoughts on this match?
Oh, my thoughts on this match, man. I thought it was Dom versus Mustafa Ali. And then even Michaels didn't know Ali was getting cut. He said he had months and months of plans for him. So I believe Dom was supposed to drop the belt here to Mustafa Ali had that not happened. But we're going to go in another 180 here, and this is going to follow my prediction for the main event. We've seen some disruption with Trick Williams and my boy Carmello Hayes. I think Trick Williams gets the victory here. Maybe Dragon Lee helps him out. Maybe something happens, but I think this will be a nice win. Whoop that Trick, chance on Dom, and have Williams take the victory.
All right, I'm going to go opposite. I'm going to say Dirty Dom retains. I do believe this will tie into the match that you said with Mello. I do believe this could be more heel turn. I think it's a mistake to do heel turn on Trick because he's so hot right now. He's so popular. Go ahead.
You can direction they're going because he's insane with the popularity right now.
Yeah, he is. He's going to come out, I think, during Trick's match. During Mello's match. I think Trick's going to lose. I do believe Dirty Dom might have something up his sleeve. It might be Judgment Day. We don't know. But I think Dirty Dom is going to be keeping this title for the same reason I think someone else is going to be keeping their title. We'll talk about at the end. But yeah, I do believe, and I do believe maybe Austin Theory comes in and starts a program with Dragon Lee based off what we saw on SmackDown.
Oh, yeah, I could see that. Trick versus Carmello would be a good feud going forward. That's what they're building for. But I like them just, being on the same side.
I do too. All right, where's Rhea been? That's another thing. She could show up tonight and then start a program on Raw with Nia Jax or whoever else. She has nothing built for Fastlane. No one really has anything built for Fastlane. Yeah. Rhea could show up tonight too. It is a bigger crowd, so you can get that bigger pop and then that nice internet reaction, which WWE and now TKO likes. All right, next matchup. Noam Dar versus Butch. The Heritage Cup. It is... I'm not a big fan of the Heritage Cup because the rules are very sloppy. It's like it's just too much for me. Even if you lose, you win. I don't know. It is what it is. But I love what Noam Dar is doing here with everyone involved with his stable. I do believe he's going to keep it. I do believe it's just going to be a good showing, a great wrestling match, and something to please the wrestling fans in NXT. So you have kind of an old school black and gold wrestling match at No Mercy. But I do believe Noam Dar is going to be winning this one.
This is by far the most I've liked Noam Dar. They were pushing him back in the day during the when the Cruiserweights had their show, the 205 Live. And I was like, I like him, but I'm not right there yet. I'm not there. I like him. He has some moves. I'm not quite there. This, with the metaphor, his stable, they've been on fire. I love their entrance. I love everything about how they click, the chemistry. And with that being said, he's gonna lose. You can't go through a whole tournament, build up Pete Dunne, have all these classic matches. He fought Tyler Bate again for the first time in years, and then lose to Noam Dar. I love him, but he's losing this for sure. And you're right. I'm a little iffy on the Heritage Cup rules and like him carrying out this trophy. I thought once you win a trophy, you put it away. It's good. It's locked up. Yeah. I don't know where a belt could be for this, but I think Pete Dunne gets a victory here.
All right, we're on opposite sides. Let us know in the comments who you think is going to win this one. British rounds rules match. So if you're across the pond, please let us know in the comments what the hell that means, because I have no idea. That is it. The metaphor has been awesome. I love the metaphor, first of all, because it shows Noam Dar's skills, because he's very, very comedically clever. Yeah. But he lets the metaphor shine, which is what you need to do in a stable.
Yeah. And I mean, hey, clearly this dude, Noam Dar, he loves the sisters. He loves the sisters.
The funniest meme I saw during Jade Cargill's busy week was, the dude from behind the tree rubbing his hands. Yeah. They put the Noam Dar face on him.
That's hilarious. I mean, damn. It's hilarious, man.
I needed a good laugh on a Saturday morning. All right, let's get into it right now. I got to look up because there are name changes here. All right, the family, Tony D'Angelo and Stax Lorenzo versus OTM, Lucian Price and Bronco Nima with Scripps. Mind you, Scripps is from the street now, Knock. I just want you to know that. Scripps he's rolling dice.
That's Scripps in the picture?
There's no Scripps in the picture. No. He's not in the picture. Hold on. He's rolling with these two out the mud. Okay. He's rolling with them. He's rolling dice. He's rolling rhymes. Scripps is hardcore now. Another gimmick change, but I don't know why it's working. Scripps can change gimmicks every 6 months, and I'm fine with it. The Creed brothers and Humberto and Angel Garza, who have another weird gimmick going, where they have like wolf tattoos and they're like werewolf by night. I don't know. It's weird, but I'm gonna go with them for the win on this. I think Tony and Stax could do something else. I want to say they retain, but I really want. I have a soft spot in my heart for Carrillo and Garza, so I want them to win.
I do too, and hey, for all my Impact Wrestling lovers out there, my boy Angel Garza, he was in that time in TNA Impact where it was a little weird spot where it was TNA and GFW, and they kind of like blended it. He had some great matches there, so I've been liking him since then. And when he came over here, he was having some great matches as well in the Cruiserweight division, and he just kind of fell off. Yeah. I think his most notable match was with Leo Rush back then.
Yeah.
That was a good feud. I don't know what they're doing with these guys. They're very talented. We thought Angel Garza would have a nice run. He came on Raw hot, and then just dropped the ball with him. I don't see them winning though. I think my boy Tony D retains.
Okay.
Creed brothers in it too. That's a good mix, but I think Tony D retains.
I think Creed are getting called up soon. I don't think they need a victory, and I think they are getting called up. The tag division needs some more people. I'd put them on Raw rather than SmackDown because the suit profits are what's getting hot.
Yeah, I love that. And also, split those belts on the main roster, please, man. It's time.
I agree. I love you said Tony D's winning. You forgot Stacks. Poor Stacks. All right, ready or not, how you doing? Hope you're having a good Saturday. Hope you're getting ready for No Mercy in Bakersfield, California. Let us know your comments on who's going to win. Braun Breaker versus Baron Corbin. This match has been heating up. Braun has been hitting spears out of nowhere. They've been breaking the walls down, going into the most dangerous parking lot in the world, the NXT parking lot, which, by the way, Jade Cargill just waltzed through the most dangerous parking lot in the world like nothing.
That's how you know she's untouchable. And no one wanted to warn her. No one gave her like, "Hey, watch out! Things go down here."
Oh, I love it. All right. Oh my God, I don't even know who wins this one. I'm gonna go no DQ. Just mayhem ensues. I don't think anyone needs a win here. I think Braun needs to be called up last year.
Yeah, Braun is he's seasoned. He's ready. I mean, especially with his heel turn. And there's no room for him in NXT anymore. I mean, is he going to win the NXT title again? I don't think so. I think he's moved on from that.
Yeah.
So I think the call up should be going through. Have we seen a lot of since Shawn Michaels has been in play, since Triple H has been in play? Have there been call ups? Because I want to see what that path is like. When is the season for the call ups? I don't think they do it randomly anymore.
Right. Yeah, this would be a good call up to see that nice path. Man, he's got the lineage and the heritage. He's got the look. He's got. You want to talk about who has the best spear? I think he has the best spear in wrestling today. It's very crisp. It's very clean, and it almost doesn't even matter how the other person sells it. He just makes it work every time.
Yeah, back in the day, you had like Edge, Goldberg, all these people doing spears. Batista even did a spear. Lashley, a lot of them look clean. I remember I liked rhinos because it looked like you're getting hit with like a freaking shotgun. Boom, blasted. That's kind of where I see where Braun Breaker and his spear looking. I don't know if he has the best one to me, but he has a very, very impactful one. Okay. I have 2 predictions for this match here.
Go ahead.
I'll say Baron Corbin's been finding his groove again. This whole NXT run's been great for him. It's been heating up. I'm going Braun Breaker for the victory. I think Baron's there just to enhance talent while he finds himself. Braun Breaker for the victory. And I also see here, if you guys check in at the text on the bottom, where will Jade Cargill screw up? Where will Brian Pillman Jr. show up? I think Brian Pillman Jr. debuts here. We could have Braun Breaker and Brian Pillman together.
Oh, man. You know what? Let's just talk about it really quick. I got the slide up for it. We'll talk about Jade in a second, too. Get ready for Jade. We're going to talk about Jade. Let's talk about that. You think Brian Pillman's going to show up in this match here? I think that would be. We talked about the lineage. We talked about the heritage. You look at this. Brian Pillman was watching WCW. He's watching Bengals games. He's watching something else, too. And if you saw at the very bottom here, I tried to enhance it. It's a little blurry, but he's got that tiger shirt that he had on in AEW. So you know it's Brian Pillman Jr. with all the clues. I do agree this is a great spot for him to debut and start a new faction with Braun. I also think that it's teased a little bit much, and he might debut on an NXT episode. So we'll see.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see how it goes down. I think this would be such a better opportunity for him. I thought he was a good wrestler in AEW. Just the opportunity was never there. And then the Varsity Blondes kind of just, since they weren't getting story time, they kind of felt cheesy after a while. Since we weren't able to see them develop or do anything. And then obviously Julia Hart went on to do better things. But I think it's a good spot for him in NXT.
I think so too. He's looking cut too, and I'm excited for what they're going to do with him, especially with Lineage, especially the video packages as we see they're using WCW footage. I'm excited, and I think they'll lean into it if they do put him with Braun Breaker. So that's a good call.
Yeah.
All right. You think this is going to be the main event?
It has to be, right? Has to be.
I'll go into why I think the women's matches anyways. But Noob, how you doing? Great to see you for stopping in here. Appreciate it. Carmello Hayes versus Dragunov. This has been just part 2. This has just been building. It's been building with Trick Williams on the side. There's a lot to it. I see why you think this is going to be the main event. This is going to be a huge match. This is going to be very big time because there's a lot riding on this. Either guy could get called up. You have Mello, who they want on the main roster, who they've been teasing with Bobby Lashley's new stable. You have Dragunov, who they've been kind of hinting at could join Imperium. especially with the Giovanni and Ludwig kind of going at it a little bit to please Gunther. A lot could happen with this match. Also, it's going to be effing awesome. For the NXT men's title, this is going to be a huge big deal here, especially with the Trick Williams tease, and that could be the biggest storyline going in NXT. I gotta say, Mello keeps the belt, though. I gotta say, Mello's going to take the victory here.
I do too. Yeah, I'm not going to bet against Carmello Hayes, man. The guy who never misses. Ilya, though, in the second matchups, Ilya doesn't miss. If you see Ilya up for a second time, you're going to be in a world of pain, and doesn't usually go your way. You can ask Walter Gunther. That's one of the reasons I also don't think he'll join Imperium, because he already has this big win over Gunther. I feel like it'd be too much of a rivalry there. I don't see how Gunther could look at this guy like, yeah, you could fall behind me now. I don't think it works that way. Ilya is such a good character and such a good wrestler where it comes to like, I'd never seen someone wrestle every match like he was in a war and it not get old. Like I believe he's putting his life on the line truly when he goes out there. Like he's walking into war. It is crazy to see this guy go, and it's just the clash of styles between him and Carmello. This shows me Carmello has so much range; he can wrestle with anyone's style, and he delivers. He's really good in the ring there. I don't see him losing the belt here, even though I think Ilya does deserve it. But Mello has to keep going. Mello for a long run, long haul, and Trick Williams will do something here, I believe. And I don't think this. I know it's Becky Lynch. I know she should main event. I just don't see how that follows this. That's just all I'm saying.
It's a good point. All right, let us know in the chat who you think is going to win. Did I get C-Nitus? No, I didn't. And Nate, thank you for joining. I'm heel Mr. Clean because I got the black shirt on, Nate. So just an FYI. Noob thinks Dragunov might get called up as well. And also, who's the toughest Russian wrestler, Dragunov or Markova? I mean, Dragunov. This guy, I think, could, like, if you... he's NXT's John Wick. This guy can just kick everyone's ass.
Hey man, you might need to call up commentary. That's a hell of a pitch there. NXT's John Wick.
Oh, I love it. Let's get into what I think is going to be the main event, and let me just tell you why right here. Tiffany Stratton versus the women's NXT champion Becky Lynch. I do believe they're going to put Becky in as much stuff as possible and give her as many main event spots as possible in NXT. Why? Because she's here to put the women's division over even more. It is also time to re-up with Raw and NXT with the networks. You saw what a boost Becky Lynch did in the ratings, not this week, but the past 2 weeks when she was on. She wasn't on this week. But man, they almost beat Dynamite 2 weeks with her in NXT. I think they are going to ride that for a little bit. I think Dirty Dom is going to keep his belt for the exact same reason. He drew ratings with Judgment Day as well. This is why I think it's going to be the main event, although it is Peacock. They're not going to be doing pay-per-view buys or ratings. So maybe you're right, and the men's goes into the main event because it is more of an NXT storyline. But this is going to be a great match here. I think Bex retains. This is going to be another great one. I don't know if it's going to top Stratton and Lynch won because that was flawless in my opinion, but I think this is going to be a great match, and I think Becky Lynch will retain.
It's tough for me because every time they have a main roster person go down to NXT, I feel like they'll be there for the long haul. We've seen it with like Ziggler, we've seen it with like a few other people, but then they cut it short sometimes. The ratings have been going crazy, so I can't imagine them. And isn't it contract season up? You know, you want to get some good ratings, strong ratings. Because we know SmackDown is coming to USA. That's penciled in. I don't know if we got the word on Raw and NXT. Raw is pretty much in, but NXT I feel like could be here or there.
Raw is not a shoe-in. That's the thing. That's why I do believe that it's not a shoe-in, and a lot of people are thinking that it's going to be a nice package deal with Raw and NXT going to anything, even a streamer, even off Monday nights. And let me tell you this too: if USA does not have NXT and 3-hour Monday Night Raw, you know what they're going to do to SmackDown? Give that a third hour. So just let that sink in. That might happen, and SmackDown might be 3 hours. So just that's why I think Becky Lynch is going to be the cornerstone of NXT for the next few weeks, if not months, because it's going to lead into NXT joining Survivor Series in Chicago, and it is also going to help boost the buy rate for NXT and USA to a network or streamer.
Survivor Series in Chicago got a lot of rumors going on there.
Yeah, they do.
A lot of best in the world. It'd be great to see Tiffany get her win back against Becky, but even she said it. I don't feel like she didn't say she just feel like she's getting buried. This is great for her. It's a lot of eye-opening moments just being in the ring with Becky. She's learning so much, and her stock has risen because she wrestled Becky. So I don't think she needs to win here. I'll even say this will be better than their first matchup. Tiffany's getting more comfortable, learning some things. If you've seen in their first matchup, they had a big spot. They both were down. Tiffany was about to get up, and Becky said, "Hey, just stay down for a second. Let the crowd build up even more." So I think little lessons like that, Tiffany's going to soak that in, and this match will be even better than the first one.
I agree. You got Becky winning this one then?
I do got Becky winning. Still don't know if it'll be a main event, but I got her winning. It'll be the main event if Jade debuts. That's what I was saying.
See, that's the thing. Jade Cargill going in with Tiffany Stratton. Let's just get into Jade right now. She could. That might be the end game with Becky being in NXT the whole time. You know, we talk about the ratings and, giving Becky something to do other than putting her in another title position and ruin Rhea's good run. Maybe this was the plan all along, is to give Jade Cargill more of a rub and put this feud on the main roster, costing Becky Lynch the title. But like you said, Tiffany Stratton is learning from Becky in the ring. Those are the kind of things that Jade Cargill is going to learn on the fly, on the job in WWE, where she's not going to learn in AEW. So that is a great point that you brought up here, because Tiffany Stratton learning on the job, becoming a better wrestler. That's what they're going to do with Jade. And she doesn't need to spend 6 months in the Performance Center, because she's got a majority of down, and she's got the main thing, charisma. She passes the airport test. And holy shit, does she know how to work a camera and a microphone?
Yeah. The main thing is the main thing, and Jade has that down exponentially. I think she's in a weird position because she killed in AEW, but it was so many squash matches. I don't think she got a lot of time with some of the vets.
No.
Like, we didn't get to see her with a lot of the vets, so she can have those eye-opening moments like, oh, I know she's getting work with Danielson and a lot of people backstage. I see him Punk, but there was nothing in front of the camera where there was too many veterans. So now her star power is way above here where her experience is, but I know she's such a natural athlete, she'll adapt, but she's in a spot where, like, I feel like a lot of pressure is on her. If she goes to NXT, her star power is a little too big for there. If she goes to the main roster, she has to get her experience up quick, especially because WWE is a different style than AEW. So if you do put her in a feud with Becky, that'd be huge to get her over that rub.
That would be, but I feel like they're building Nia Jax up for Jade Cargill to just beat the crap out of him and get. We'll see. There's so much. Go ahead.
I don't hate Nia, but that's like the worst person to give Jade for her first shoot to get her initiated into WWE culture and whatnot.
Yeah, that's how you get jumped in. There you go. The boat. Bring the boat in for Jade Cargill. But either way, she's going to be coming on sooner rather than later. I do believe she's going to be here before Survivor Series for sure.
Yeah, we're on Storm Watch, everybody. Keep an eye out.
We are. All right, we're going to get into one last chat here before we wrap this up, and then we're going to talk about stay with us on the channel, because we're going to talk about Wrestle Dream as well in just a little bit here. But I want to cover this really quick. What if AEW gets HBO Max, good or bad? I think this is good. I do believe it is going on there. Andrew Zarian said it's going to be on next year, and that's why they're getting 12 pay-per-views a year, and they are going to get the whole library on there. And the technology wasn't there for HBO Max to do all in. That's why it wasn't on HBO Max as rumored.
Oh,
now
really?
It is getting the technology. They are going to have, I cannot remember the sport. I forgot to look it up before we went on. They are going to start streaming live sports on HBO Max before AEW goes to HBO Max, if the rumors are true.
Yeah.
So I do believe it is a good move, and I am very, very happy that I won't have to pay for AEW pay-per-views anymore, because $50 is a lot for this guy.
We could dive into this more. We stay with the channel. We have the AEW Wrestle Dream predictions coming up in minutes. We're going to be doing it live stream, so jump over from this video to that one. We're going to get that going, but we could dive more into this there for sure. NXT No Mercy predictions, the final boss, and the main man, Zach. The genetic freak, Zach.
Get ready. Wrestle Dream predictions coming up next. Thank you for joining us, and I will wait on this feud, noob. Wait at least 6 months to a year for that. You build that feud up for a good year.
That's a mania.
That's right. All right, NXT No Mercy is tonight from Bakersfield, California. I am very excited for it. Let us know in the comments, if you're not watching this live, who you think is going to win, your predictions, where you think Pillman Jr. and Jade Cargill are going to show up, who you think is going to get called up from NXT. So a lot of people could after tonight's show, and who you think is just going to be match of the night. There's a lot of contenders, like we said, Dragunov and Mello for sure. But that is it for the final boss. For Eric, jet setting around the world right now. He's still with us, baby. Don't worry about it. My name is Zach. This is West Coast Pop. Thank you for joining our NXT No Mercy predictions, and stay tuned for Wrestle Dream predictions coming up next on the West Coast Pop channel.
Peace out. forget how much I actually enjoy this, man.
Hell yeah, man.